Here we go. Okay, welcome everybody to our final November Personal Peace Procedure Wednesdays with Wonderland. We are wrapping up this month's emotional theme of shame, and today we are working on a specific past event, preferably a childhood event. And so we are going to be doing some big, beautiful work today. I'm so excited to have all of you here. Just as a reminder, I'm Amanda Wonderland. I'm a certified clinical EFT and emergency an energy psychology practitioner, and we're going to be doing some energy psychology today. We're going to do some empty chair technique. So if you guys have never done empty chair, it's going to be a real treat. We're going to get some really quality time with our inner children and hold space for them, let them express what they're feeling and what they need, and we're going to let them know the truth about who they are, as we are the adult self now, and we know how to actually talk to our 3-year-old, 5-year-old, 15-year-old in a way that maybe we weren't spoken to as a child. So it's time for us to do a little bit of reprogramming so that we can liberate our inner children and in turn liberate ourselves and the rest of humanity. Because every time we give ourselves permission to shine, we unconsciously liberate other people to do the same. So that is what we are doing today. I wanted to just go through our agreements very quickly to make sure everybody has their water, tissues, and notebook or workbook. Your worksheet, I will go ahead and add it into chat in case you don't have your worksheet available. It's a very good thing to have since it really helps you break down the specific events into different aspects. So there it is for you guys. And we always come with unconditional positive regard for ourselves and for everybody in the room, and also personal responsibility for your well-being. So a reminder that this tapping circle is not a substitute for your individual sessions with swap partners or with a certified practitioner. But I did start a Facebook group, and I know that the link is not working for some people. I can't figure out why Facebook only allows the link to work for 2 days and then it expires. So let's see if you guys want to join. I'm going to go ahead and copy the link right now and put it into the chat. And then whenever I send this recording out, I'll send it out again. I don't know Facebook very well yet. I am learning. But the link is there. And the reason that I created this Facebook group, I know some of you guys are like, I'm a member of a billion different groups. I don't need a new Facebook group. And that's totally fine. It's just here because we were doing such deep work with shame and we opened so many can of worms, and we might do that again today, that I wanted you guys to have the support. You can always email me individually if you want some support as well. But two of the things that in my research on shame, which has like become a huge passion of mine this last month, that I know really help people that are struggling with feelings of not being good enough, are meaningful connections. So I want to make sure that we have each other's back. We are supportive of each other. We are the EFT community. So we understand each other. We don't have to explain what shadow work is, what inner child work is, what trauma resolution is to one another, because we all get it. We're all in the same boat. We're all in the same journey. So it's really great to feel this meaningful connection with one another. And then also it's really nice to feel like you're contributing to the world in a meaningful way. So I thought it would be a great way for us to get together and just talk about the populations that we want to serve, where our heart is leading us. And what can happen, especially in these winter months, is we can get into these spirals, these shame spirals, these depression spirals, these dread spirals. And a lot of times we just turn inward and we're just in ourselves, we get overwhelmed, and then all of a sudden we're in this big hole. And we're like, oh, however did I get in this hole? And however am I going to get out? And the way to get out is to think about other people. Not that you're suppressing, avoiding, or denying anything that you're feeling. You're sitting with your feelings, you're tapping through it, you're honoring that, but you're also thinking about how you can make a meaningful contribution to the world. And that really helps you begin to start feeling good enough. So I want you guys to notice if you're starting to feel in any type of emotional spiral that you're having a hard time getting out of, honor where you're at, tap through it, feel yourself in that moment, but then begin to think about how you can contribute to the world in a meaningful way, even if it's just by petting your cat, sending a text message to a friend you haven't seen in a while, giving a phone call to someone who you know might really value hearing your voice on the other end of the line. So That's why the Facebook group is there, and you're welcome to join it, and you're welcome to not. Whatever feels good for you guys, it is there for your support. So finally, for the agreements, make sure that you change your words if whatever I'm saying is not resonating with you. And then if you can, if you have the safety and the privacy, say the words out loud, especially today as we're going to be facilitating a conversation between your adult self and your inner child. Say the words out loud if you can. It'll be a lot more powerful that way. It's going to work no matter what. So if you can't say it out loud, don't worry about it. But it's really powerful if you can actually get your body involved in communicating these words through your mouth. So before we get started, I wanted to do just a little bit of energy medicine. Some of you may have seen this done in a live call with Sarah, or there might have been some other live calls where we did it, but it's similar to the hookup, which is Donna Eden energy medicine, where I'm going to stand up to show you how I'm going to put my middle finger in my belly button and then just pull up. But I'm going to tap the side of my hand first. The way that Donna Eden does it is press the other middle finger into your third eye and lift up. And we're going to end with that. But we're going to start by pulling up on the belly button, tapping the side of the hand, just like this, where we're used to tapping. And then we'll move up and tap underneath the nose. So take a deep breath as you continue pushing in and up on your belly button, just aligning your central and governing meridians right now. So it's a super quick way to center yourself. And then I'm going to stand up to show you again. No need for you guys to stand up. Just tap the side of your hand, taking some more deep breaths. We'll probably do this 5 times, moving back and forth between the two. Moving up to underneath your nose. Deep breath. Third time, going down to the side of your hand. Feeling all of your energy just align up the center of your body, the front of your body, and through your spine, moving up to your nose. Good. A few more times here, side of the hand. And under the nose. Final one, side of the hand. And we'll skip the nose and go straight up to the third eye with your middle finger. Now press both middle fingers in and pull up. Hold that as you take a few deep breaths. We're going to hold it for about 15 seconds. This is the hookup. Good. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then release your hands, let them rest in your lap. And then just close your eyes and feel into your body. Feel if there's been any change in your energy. Anything you're noticing in your body right now. Good. Okay, so I'm just going to rub my sore spots a little bit while we do just a quick review of what we talked about last time we were together on the 15th, I believe it was. Yeah. So shame. If we can't clear the shame, it's harder to get to the truth of our stories underneath. And as one of my mentees has pointed out so beautifully, shame seems to be the tabletop underneath all the tabletops. So if we can knock down that shame tabletop and find a way to love ourselves exactly as we are, even if we're never fixed, never healed, never perfect, still dealing with the same stuff, then we're going to have a lot more success actually dealing with the tabletops on top of the shame. If we can meet ourselves from a place of unconditional self-love, then the healing is a lot more possible. Because what happens is, as Brene Brown says, shame is not helpful or productive. It's actually more the source of destructive and hurtful behavior than the solution or the cure. So anytime you hear yourself or your clients say, I am feeling blocked, I am feeling stuck, that's kind of a key word that there's some shame to work through. And so no matter what you're working on, whether it's a specific event of fear, of self-doubt, of cravings, of um, physical pain, of limiting beliefs. If you can start with a round on the shame, then you have a real chance of alchemizing whatever comes after the shame, the actual limiting belief itself, the actual pain itself, the actual craving itself. Even though I'm ashamed that I even have this craving, even though I'm ashamed that I still believe this, then you can really carve through and start chiseling away toward healing, because shame makes us feel unworthy of healing. I'm going to say that one again. Shame makes us feel unworthy of healing. So that disconnects us from the next steps that we need to take. And that's what prevents us from really moving forward in our healing journey. So, just going to review some of the categories of shame because we're going to fill out our worksheet right now. So, if you haven't thought of a specific past event where you felt shame, then these are the categories that Brene Brown separates shame into. And these are on the 2 weeks ago tapping circle recordings as well. But just in case you're looking for a specific event, there's appearance and body image. So really think about your child self right now and events where they may have felt shamed for their appearance and body image, or for their money and work, maybe their socioeconomic status as a child. There's parenting and family, so maybe just how they showed up in the family as the second child, the baby, the eldest, any events around that. Their mental or physical health, your inner child. Addiction, it's very possible you could have been addicted to something as a child or a teenager. Sex, aging, religion, surviving trauma, and being stereotyped or labeled. So go through those categories and really search your body for that feeling of shame that you may have experienced at a specific past event. And then go ahead and start filling out your worksheet. That moment in time when, that time when I felt shame, and begin to go through the aspects. So for me today, it was that time that I cried because I wanted to stay at Six Flags, but the adults were tired and needed to go home. Six Flags is an amusement park where they have roller coaster rides in America, for some of you that might not know that. And I wanted to stay, and the adults were tired, and I was shamed for being selfish, for wanting to stay. So that's my event today. 7 years old. Be sure to really tap into what age you were at this event, too. What did you see? I saw the asphalt as we were walking away, the tears streaming down my face, wanting to ride more rides, but I knew I couldn't. What did you hear? I heard the adults saying, "You're so selfish." I heard the roller coasters in the background taunting me. What did you smell? Smelled cotton candy and fried food. If you tasted anything, write that down. Be sure to get your suds as well, your beginning suds for all of these aspects. What did you feel outside your body? You felt anything in your hands, anything on your face? We're going to start with the emotion of shame because that's what I really want you to feel inside your body. But we'll be open to that emotion changing as we work through today's event. But we'll start with shame. And then really get into what that feels like in your body. That somatic sensation of shame. And did you have any thoughts in this event? Maybe I should be ashamed. Maybe I am selfish. Whatever thoughts your little self had in this event. And take your time. We're going to go really slow today. We'll probably be done just a few minutes past the hour. But we're all rushed enough in this holiday season. We're all feeling overwhelmed enough. None of us have anywhere else to be. So take your time. And I'll get started with the tapping once I see most of you looking up. But there is no rush whatsoever. You can go ahead and start rubbing your sore spots if you're already done. Just comforting your body, being your best, biggest resource, your advocate on this journey of healing. And just in case you haven't written the age, make sure that you write the age that you were when this happened. Start to really get in touch with that version of you. If you remember any photos of yourself from that time, start to really imagine what you looked like. Because that's the version we're going to call in today during our energy psychology empty chair technique. Okay, so everybody has your beginning said. See if you can feel it in your body right now, and take a few deep breaths as we go ahead and start on the side of the hand. So, even though the little kid inside me feels ashamed, they thought they were the cause of everything. They thought it was their fault. And I choose to love and comfort them while letting them know the truth today. Even though my inner child is ashamed. Maybe they were told they should be ashamed. Maybe they felt responsible for every bad thing. And I choose to release them now so that I can live my life more fully. And even though this little kid may be very familiar with the shame spiral, they may have felt safer there. Shame kept them small, quiet, and hidden, so they couldn't be shamed or criticized even more. And I choose to set this child free. so that I too can finally be free. Good. Okay, top of the head. That event when, if it helps you to really get more connected with it, feel free to close your eyes. I want you to bring yourself back there. Use your vivid imagination as you move onto your eyebrows. When I was blank years old, side of the eye, I remember seeing blank. Get really detailed into your customized event here. Under the eye, I remember hearing blank. Under the nose, I can still smell the cotton candy and fried food. Under the mouth, I can still taste the salt of my tears. Collarbone, and I feel the shame in my body. Like a punch in my gut. I remember thinking, and say whatever you thought. Maybe I should be ashamed. Maybe I am selfish. They're the adults. They know best. Whatever your thoughts were. Under the arm, whatever you felt on the outside of your body. Do one more round here, moving on to the top of the head, just really exposing yourself to this memory. Everybody's is going to look different, so just get into yours right now. Eyebrow, when I was blank years old. Side of the eye, seeing what you saw. Under the eye, hearing what you heard. Deep breath under the nose, feeling what you felt. Maybe you still feel it in your body right now. Under the mouth, smelling and tasting. Collarbone, thinking. What were your thoughts? Under the arm. Moving straight on to the hand points, the finger points will go to the thumb. All this shame in my little kid's body. Pinky finger, all this shame from this event. Middle finger, this feeling of not being good enough, not being worthy. We'll skip the ring finger and go straight to the pinky finger, this feeling in my body of shame. I'm going to do some figure 8 eye movements today, so be sure to just listen to my instructions because they're different from the 9 gamut eye circles, but we will tap the 9 gamut. So get nice and comfortable and continue tapping your 9 gamut as you close your eyes and take a deep breath. And then open your eyes and look hard down to your left, like you're looking at your left shoulder. Then gently graze your eyes across to your top right. So diagonally, all the way up to the top right. Good. And then we'll move down to the bottom right, like you're looking at your right shoulder. And then gently glide your eyes across to your top left, all the way up there. Stretch your eyes. Take a deep breath as you move your eyes down to your bottom left. Feeling into that little kid's body, and then gliding your eyes across to your top right. Good. Deep breath as you go to bottom right, top left, bottom left, top right, bottom right, top left. Don't forget to breathe. Stop here for a second and breathe. And then we'll move on to bottom left. Good. Top right, bottom right. Few more rounds. Top left, try to keep your head steady if you can. Bottom left, top right, bottom right, top left, and bottom left. And then you can relax your eyes and we'll go straight to the side of the hand. We'll say, even though my inner child felt so ashamed in that moment, I am open to releasing them from this burden. And in doing so, releasing myself. Good. Okay, so we'll take a break from the tapping, do whatever feels good. You can shake, you can stretch, you can move your neck back and forth, you can grab some water, move around in your seat, listening to your body and giving it whatever would feel good right now. Some deep breaths as you look back at your worksheet and just see if anything changed. Any new thoughts came up, new events, new details of the story. If the somatic sensation shifted in any way. And then if any of you feel comfortable sharing, please do so. It's so expansive for all of us to hear what everyone's going through. A lot of times we're going through the same thing, and it feels so good to know that we're not alone. But I always honor your right to keep your information to yourself as much as you'd like. But we'll just take a moment if anyone feels like sharing. It's very possible that new emotions came up. Very possible that anger is there. Very possible that sadness is there. And that's okay. Oh, nice. My belly now feels free from shame. Good, Francesca. I'm so glad you're here. Good. Beautiful. Good. So we will definitely continue exploring the body as well when we go into our empty chair meditation that we'll do next. Just want to check in first. It feels so good to give it a voice, right? Oh, Mika, just wait. It's going to be so good for you to just let your inner child, just let it out. Just let them talk, let them be heard. Yeah, these things have been living inside us our entire lives. And you're right, just to shine a light on them, give them a voice, that in itself is extremely liberating. Yeah, I felt ashamed for crying. Yeah. More anger at the adults in the event. Indeed. And we're not here to force any compassion on them. We are not here for that today. We are here for compassion for our inner children, for the little kids inside of us. We are not suppressing, avoiding, or denying any of that. We are here to feel the anger at the adults. That's okay. We weren't allowed to feel that growing up, right? We just had to suppress all of that. So we're allowed to feel it right now. It's totally okay here. Good. I don't know what I did wrong, right? Yeah. Oh man, I remember that feeling so much. Just confused. Like, what? How am I supposed to know what I'm, not supposed to do again if I don't know what I did in the first place? That's where shame comes from. It's not guilt. I did something bad. It's I am bad. Yeah. How do I even know what I did wrong? They don't know what you did wrong. You just triggered them. So then, they took it out on you. or however that showed up in your event. Everybody's event is different, but yeah, absolutely. There's definitely a feeling of confusion, I think, for a lot of kids underneath getting in trouble and being shamed for things. How come I was made this way? Yeah, yeah. We're going to let your inner child come and ask you these questions, and then we're going to get into a really beautiful, deep meditative state where we can just allow our responses to flow to our inner child from a really guided, connected place, from the wisdom and resourced version of ourselves, the wise and resourced version of ourselves today. So let's go ahead and get a little comfortable, making yourself just 10% more comfortable in your space right now. So we're going to do some meditation. We'll start out not tapping, and then I'll introduce a little bit of bilateral tapping. So you can decide to do your butterfly tapping this way, or if it feels more comfortable for you to do it this way, or if you even want to put your hands on your thighs, and you can just do right, left, right, left. But I want to start out with our hands just relaxed in our lap so that we can really focus on relaxing every muscle in our body without needing to have any action in our fingers or arms for the first few moments. So really feel your back resting up against your seat if you can. If it feels more comfortable for you to have your feet on the ground, then go for that. And if it feels more comfortable to have your feet crossed, then go for that. Nobody's judging or saying there's any right way today. We just want you to get as comfortable as possible so that we can surrender to gravity and allow everything to droop toward the core of Mother Earth right now. So begin to very gently tune into your breath. And we're going to start by doing some box breathing. So that'll be a 4-count inhale, a 4-count hold, a 4-count exhale, and a 4-count hold out before we inhale again for 4 counts. So go ahead and exhale everything out of your lungs right now. And then we'll inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just return to your natural breathing. Allowing your breath to move in and out through your heart space. Gently closing your eyes if they aren't already closed. Relaxing your tongue on the floor of your mouth. And feeling into the space inside your hands. That volume of space inside your hands, your feet, and between your eyes. Allowing every muscle in your body to relax. Unfurrowing your brows, unhinging your jaw. Allowing your shoulders to droop toward the floor. And then sensing into your body for any remaining tension. Do a full scan. If you feel any tension in your body, send your breath, send your peace there. Beautiful deep breaths in and out through your heart space. Begin to engage your imagination and take yourself to your safe space. Can be a whole new place today, or it can be your old faithful that you know will always be there, always smells and looks the same, and always feels just as wonderful. So begin to engage all 5 of your senses as you look around your safe space. Listen to the sounds of your safe space. Get a nice, good smell of your safe space. And feel the texture of the surface on which you're sitting. And now gently begin to tap left and right, whether you choose your thighs, your chest. Nice and gentle, bilateral tapping. Left and right, left and right. As you begin to think about any supportive resources that you would like to bring into your safe space today, whether they be your higher power, some guides, angels, a pet, a grandparent, anybody that you think would be nice and supportive on this journey today. And now we'll begin to call in your inner child, the version of you that lived through this event at that age, and place them in a chair right across from you. And you can decide what kind of chair, what color, the texture, the shape, and just notice your little inner child at that age. Notice their hair, their clothes, whether or not they're wearing shoes. Notice their posture, their energy, their demeanor. And establish some connection by letting them know who you are. I'm you, all grown up. And see if you can establish some consent from them. Ask them if they're okay with talking to you today and telling you what's going on. And just watch how they respond. If their answer is no, it's okay. We're just here to hold the space for them and honor whatever they feel like right now. Tapping gently left and right, left and right. Just notice their willingness to be here with you. If they have any curiosity, and then we'll cultivate compassion right now by letting them know that you have no agenda today. You are not here to fix them. You are here to support them, to let them know however they're feeling, it's okay. And you can say these things to them. That feels good. I'm here for you. And I know better than anyone what you're going through. And I love you. And just watch. Watch what happens to them if you share this information and your intention. We'll begin to encourage a little curiosity now as you ask them, how are you feeling? What's going on? And then before you really witness their response, I want you to take a few deep breaths as in your mind's eye, you stand up from your chair and switch seats with them. Go sit in their chair, step into their shoes, feel into their little bodies, and begin to look out of the eyes of your younger self into the eyes of your adult self, tapping left then right, left then right. Begin to share. If you feel safe enough to do it out loud, do it out loud. How are you feeling and what's going on? Take the time to give voice to your younger self now and let it out. Say everything that you wished you could have said to an adult at that time. A supportive, nurturing, loving adult. And then we'll gently take a few breaths as you prepare to switch back into the adult self seat. Take your time here. If your inner child is still talking, take your time. Listen to them. But when you're ready, go back into your adult self, now looking out of those eyes, back to your inner child, and respond to them the way that you wish someone would have responded to you. Tell them the truth. Say it in language they can understand for their age. What do you want to say to a little child who just shared with you how they feel? And now ask them, what do you need? If you had a nickname when you were a little kid, use the nickname. What do you need? And then before witnessing their response, in your mind's eye, switch seats again. Get into their little body. Feel what it feels like in their little body. And then respond as your inner child to your adult self what you need. And you can also show your adult self what you need if you don't want to use words, however it feels best for you. Yeah. And we'll switch back one more time, going back into your adult self, who you are here in the present moment, sitting in that chair in your safe space. And if you can meet the needs of your inner child right now, do so. If you can't, that's okay. Validate their needs and let them know you are here to support them. If there's anything else you'd like to share, give, or do with your inner child, now's your chance. And notice their response. Notice if they've changed their posture or demeanor or energy. Seeing what it's like for them to be held and validated by an adult, supported and heard, having their needs met. How are they responding to them? And notice if there's any remaining fear or shame or resistance, and just hold them through that. Let them know it's okay. Enjoy this connection with your inner child right now. And we'll give them a way to connect to you moving forward. So find a way that resonates with both of you. It could be as simple as having a walkie-talkie and they call on you when they need you, or it could be an emotional ping. When you feel shame as your adult self, that could be your inner child calling you, asking you to take a break from what you're doing and spend time with them, reminding them of their value. So decide amongst yourselves the best way for you to connect moving forward. Thanking your inner child for calling on you with that emotion of shame. And you have a few options here. You can send your inner child back to where they came from to continue playing where they were. You can leave them in this safe space for you where you can always return back to spend time with them. Or you can bring them back with you, either in your lap, on a piggyback ride, holding your hand. So decide right now what you'd like to do with this little version of yourself. Deepening your breath and noticing any shifts in your body as anything may have shifted in their body. And then gently begin to tap on the side of your hand, keeping your eyes closed. Looking around your safe space, feeling the love and support you've just created between your adult self and your inner child. Deepening your breath, taking 3 more really nice, full, deep breaths as if you're just moving the breath around, releasing any remaining stuck energy, rolling in like an ocean wave, rolling out right back into the sea. And then very gently, very slowly, begin to flutter your eyes open, looking around your room first. Don't look at the screen just yet. Just bringing yourself back to November 29th, 5 p.m., grabbing any tissues, any water, taking any notes as you come back into your body, into the here and now. Beautiful work, everyone. Beautiful work. You can relax your hands if you're still tapping, and then just look down at your worksheet. Just check in. See if anything's moved, shifted, any insights that came up. And if anybody wants to share either via chat or just unmuting, you are all more than welcome. Especially if your suds increased. If there's still so much more remaining, perfectly fine. Makes perfect sense.
That was very powerful and it's very emotional. When I went back, I was 6 in first grade, and I had been really, really sick. And I had this really terrible, mean teacher. To this day, I still remember her name, Miss Pledge.
Yeah.
And I was neglected physically and probably emotionally, one of those kids that are probably throwaway poverty kids, all the stuff you said. And she was really, really awful to me. And I had been really sick and I had to stay in to make up classwork. And I was in first grade and I couldn't figure out what I had done that she was so angry about and why she was so mean to me. And so when I had my little girl, it was funny because I put her in like a school chair, one of those hard wooden chairs.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw her, and she jumped up and touched my face and said, "I'm so glad you came back."
That's beautiful.
So she came back with me. She's like, "No, I'm going with you." And I said, "All right, let's go."
Good. Yay for that little girl. Thank
Yeah.
you, Deb. Thank you. Just beautiful. I'm so glad she's with you now. She's always with you now. Isn't that amazing?
And she was so sweet because she reached up and the first thing was just touched my face and said, "I'm so glad you're here."
Oh, I just love that.
And she was so scared, but still so happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations. What a beautiful reunion. I love that. I always say that inner child work is the most powerful work that we can do because it really helps us cultivate self-compassion. When we start thinking about the 5-year-old inside us that's scared and hurting and lonely, we would never ever talk to ourselves the way that we would talk to a scared and lonely 5-year-old. So it changes the way that we see ourselves. It changes the way that we talk to ourselves. What a beautiful first step toward really embracing and bringing her back into the fold. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Anyone else not been introduced to their inner child until today, or really spent some time with their inner child? It can be a really powerful experience to get in touch with them. Or anything else you'd like to share. It's all good. Whatever's coming up for you. Yeah, Deb, there's so much love for you in the chat too. I'm exhausted. That sounds about right. It might be time for a little nap. A little nap for the inner child. Just let them have whatever they want right now, within reason. We're here to still give them some healthy boundaries, but if you're tired, sleep, rest. This is big.
Something interesting happened for me. The event was, I was probably about 13 or 14. And it was when a coach got really upset. He was upset with me, but he did this negative sort of speech to the team, but it was completely directed at me. But anyways, when I'm seeing this teenager of myself, there was a younger version of myself that popped up and was just there, and I'm not really sure why. Yeah, so I don't know if there's something that I'm not aware of or don't remember about an event with the younger one. The younger one was probably about 5. And I had seen her once before when I was doing, I don't remember exactly. It was a meditation of some sort, but where it was that you're envisioning a younger version of yourself, just someone that's really dear to you. And it was the same 5-year-old. So I thought it was interesting that she appeared when I was focusing on the teenager version of myself. So yeah, I'm sure there's more to it, but I'm not sure exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's lovely that she wanted to be seen and heard. So
Mm-hmm.
there's I think it's Eric Erickson. Let me just make sure. There are stages of development that I think it's Eric Erickson. Yes, stages of development. Let me just go ahead and copy and paste his name and what you can search in Google into the chat. So a lot of times when we're doing inner child work, we can look at the stages of development and see what traits we were developing from 0 to 5, 6 to 11. There's autonomy, there's trust, there's all these different things. And so when we're feeling triggered in our adult present day lives by these lack of trust, lack of autonomy, um, lack of confidence, lack of different things. It can be those versions of ourselves. So you might want to look at Eric Erickson's stages of development around 5 years old and see if there are any of those things that you're still feeling like you might need a little work on in your present day life. Even if you don't have a memory of anything happening at 5 years old, it works so well to guess. It
Mm-hmm.
really does work so well. I have so many clients that are like, I don't have any memories before 10, but I know that my sister was born when I was 3. And I know that must have been pretty big for a 3-year-old to know I'm no longer the baby. I have to share my mommy. There's no room in the lap for me, or whatever it is. It really does work very well to guess. And I love that you had multiple versions show up in the same meditation. Because my experience with my inner children is like I have a 3-year-old on my front, I have a 7-year-old on my right hip, I have a 9-year-old on my piggyback, I have an 11-year-old on my left hand. These versions of my inner children are always with me. And so when I'm feeling a certain lack of something in my life, I can go back to these stages of development and see which one of them, or to an event, if there's actually something happening in my body, to an event that happened. And I'm like, that 3-year-old's the one that needs attention right now. That 9-year-old needs some attention. So once we really develop these beautiful relationships with our inner children, we can come to our rescue so quickly by just tuning into them. So I love that your 5-year-old's like, hey, I know you're working on the 13-year-old version, but I'm still here and I still need some attention. So that's what she's going to get, right? Like she needs some attention and some love and support.
Yeah. Totally.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Beautiful. It's so cool to see what comes up in these meditations. Okay, so I felt so much love that was missing and how amazing it feels to connect in this and in this way and give that love. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't believe that time is linear. So I believe when we go into these meditations with our inner children, we are releasing them. We are loving them in a way that does affect what happened to us as children. That's just my personal belief, but I think it's really important to go back into these deep meditative states and allow yourself to have these conversations with your different parts of self, whether it be your inner child or your shadow, that part of you that you don't really want to admit is there. These energy psychology techniques are really powerful for that. It was so nice to hold my inner child and just rock her in my lap and remind her that it's okay to just be you. You don't have to be anyone else. You are unique, and I love you for who you are. Don't you wish we all had that parent? I know a lot of us, maybe did. I didn't. But we get to be that now. We get to reparent our inner children. We get to tell ourselves, you are unique, and I love you just for who you are, just as you are. I love that. Also, your inner child changed in the meditation. I went from being a teenager to a little child. Very cool. And that can change as you're moving through the different ways of supporting them and needing, like asking what they need. How are you feeling and what do you need is such a beautiful, expansive opportunity for your inner children to be seen, heard, and supported. So, yeah, that's empty chair technique, guys. It's different from reparenting. We did a little bit of reparenting in October with frustration, where we kind of came in on that bubble and we were watching the situation and brought in whatever support or whatever changes we needed in that situation. The difference with empty chair is literally just switching roles. So you're allowing yourself to get into the body of your inner child in this one. So a little bit of energy psychology today. Anybody else want to share anything about their experience? Good, Mika. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. And you guys, if there's still stuff, it's okay. Write it down. That's why we're doing the personal peace procedure. Sometimes opening this can of worms opens up more events. Write them down. The beautiful thing about EFT, as one of you guys said a couple weeks ago, we should have a can opener as our tools for an EFT practitioner. The beautiful thing is you can close that lid when you don't want to deal with the worms at that moment. And then when you're ready, you can just peel the can open a little bit, take a few worms out, tap on them. Like there's no reason for you to feel like you are drowning in the worms that we've just opened from these cans. We can compartmentalize them. We can contain them. We can tearless trauma them. You can get support through certified practitioners, swap partners, yourself. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you need any help, to join the Facebook group, and to reach out to some swap partners. Take notes on everything that came up. This is our beautiful journey that we're on together. It was so good to see all of you. Thank you for helping me with December's theme. We will be focusing on the dread of the darkness and all that stuff that we talked about. So thank you. Thank you, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Give to your
Thank you
inner
so
child.
much.
Yes.
Thanks,
Good to see
Amanda.
you. So good to see you guys.
Thanks,
Take
everyone.
care.
Thank
Bye.
you.
See you next week. See you on the 6th.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.